In other news, revenue intelligence and operations platform Aviso says a pair of offerings this fall provide a, quote, unfair advantage. I spoke more at length about these solutions and the work Aviso is doing with CEO and President Trevor Rodriguez-Templar. Take a listen.
So Aviso is an operating system for revenue. What does that mean, right? I mean, at the end of the day, what Aviso enables you to do is it enables you to close deals faster. It enables you to get visibility into transactions and deals you otherwise would not have. In these uncertain times, the ability to what we call predict the future, which is essentially predict where they're going to end up in terms of revenue for Wall Street, in no small part is due to the fact that they leverage tools like Aviso, and Aviso is the AI standard per se for most of the large companies out there in the B2B space.
You're at Dreamforce in San Francisco, and you've generated buzz with a pair of announcements. Let's begin with Halo. What does it offer users?
So Halo's an homage actually to one of my favorite movies, The Minority Report, with Tom Cruise. And I think I was about 20 years old or 21 then, and I fell in love with the report and with the movie. And think of Halo as a living, breathing, transparent, single pane of glass across all of your user systems that enables you to, that really gives you an unfair advantage. And we call it an unfair advantage because it takes any person and gives them the ability to be Isaac Newton, in the sense we provide you the ability to answer any question that comes across from a vendor or a supplier. It gives you insights into what the next best steps are. And essentially, along with our army of agents, around 48 agents, it automates your entire day and enables you to just perform at a level that normally you would not be able to.
All right, and you also announced the launch of autonomous AI avatars, one which may be behind you. Can you tell us more about this and how it's a difference maker across the industry?
So what you're seeing behind you is Ava. It's a hologram and an avatar. But what's really interesting is this ability now to leverage the corpus of large language models, and then custom fit them to from a vertical perspective. So you've got AI, what we call AI superhumans or AI avatars, who can augment the workforce and enable you to really be a force multiplier per se, because you can have an SDR, a virtual salesperson, a virtual sales engineer, solution engineer. There's just multiple versions, and we really see this as something that's going to help, bring out our inner Einstein or inner Elon Musk, because it's going to help amplify our own abilities to an extent that was not possible earlier. So.
And Trevor, what are some of the challenges when it comes to finding success in sales technology, and how does Aviso stand out in this area?
At the end of the day, it's about, what you're built on, the foundation which you're built on. And for a large part, in a rush to leverage, the changes we're seeing in terms of agents, in terms of avatars, in terms of large language models, we're seeing a lot of companies out there, take a shortcut. With Aviso, we've been doing this for about 8 years now. And, we strongly believe that LLMs by themselves, really are not a silver bullet or a white horse in terms of addressing the needs of enterprises today. So what we do is we basically combine what I call large quantitative models along with LLMs. And if you look at OpenAI, or you look at Anthropic, or any of the major players out there, or other companies that use them as are basically wrappers on these large language models, you'll quickly realize that everyone's got basically the same strategy. It's about using transformers, and then having compute increase increasingly more, and then of course you've got billions of dollars being put in. But the problem is I could do the same task or get the same result 100 times, but the 101st I still couldn't guarantee that it's going to be it's going to be accurate, and that's a big deal for B2B companies, because unfortunately you can't say I'm going to get this right 100 times and then essentially your 101st is something you go to Wall Street with, right? That's where Aviso comes in, because using large quantitative models, it enables us to actually address the reliability issue that most companies have leveraging large language models. And when you actually bring both of them together, it's magic, because you're able to basically absorb and consume large volumes of information and provide insights that otherwise you would not be able to.
And you and your team have mentioned the quote unfair advantage to GTM teams. What does this look like?
So what it is essentially, hacking AGI in a sense, or really hacking the constraints that exist so that we can guarantee success to go-to-market teams 99% of the time. Most people would say that's impossible because, obviously it's a coin toss at best, and you can probably, with a superior product, win most of the time, but not, 99% of the time. We don't believe in that, and the reason is it's kind of like the Kobayashi Maru conjecture or problem, right? Where you have to hack the constraints in order to ensure success. And what Aviso has done is using Halo, we give you this unfair advantage because we give you access to information, and we strongly believe that the AE or the account executive or the go-to-market executive that wins because they have more information than their competitors, right? And with Aviso, we turn every go-to-market person into Isaac Newton. At least that's what we believe.